Hi everyone! Thank you for coming to my Bonelli Badass YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about my first full marathon experience at Honolulu Marathon. So December 12th, Honolulu Marathon was held. So I flew in on the 11th, which was Saturday, and despite my jet lag, despite my jet lag and lack of sleep, I was able to complete the whole marathon without walking. Yay! So I want to tell you what happened during the race. So first of all, like at the beginning of the race, since my husband got a condo near the starting point, I looked up on the Google map and he said 7 minutes, 7-minute walk. So I said, oh, that's nice. Then, maybe since the race starts at 5 a.m. in the morning, I thought, yeah, maybe I can wake up around 4 o'clock and get ready 20 minutes and walk to the starting point, and I'll be there by 4:30, and until 5 I can kind of do stretch and warm up and get ready. But what happened was, when I actually left, it was already 35 or something, and when I look up the Google map, it wasn't 7 minutes wasn't drive, but 7 minutes wasn't a walk, but it was driving time. And if I wanted to walk, it took like 30 minutes or 25 minutes or something like that. And so luckily my husband was, with me, so we decided to drive and he dropped me off. Yeah, he came with me and we parked at, I think it was Ala Moana Center, and walked. So when I actually got to the starting area, it was already like 4:55 or something. I didn't have time, and I met my friend Mariko there, and she was there from 4, so she was all ready. But in my case, I wasn't ready at all. So I tried to stretch, but we were talking too, so I couldn't really do enough stretch. Maybe I stretched my calves a little bit, and that was it. So I was like, oh no, I don't know what to do. I'm not stretched, enough. I'm not warmed up, and even breakfast. We had a 7-Eleven near our condo, and I was kind of assuming that they have something to eat, but they didn't have banana or anything. So I grabbed whatever we had in our room, which was like just junk food, like chips. So I ate a little bit of chips. And so in terms of breakfast and warm up and stretching, I wasn't ready. So I was like, is it okay? But firework started and the race started. So I was like, what the heck? Just do whatever you've been doing. You've been training. So don't worry, just do your best and you're gonna be okay. So what I did was, from the very beginning, I kept telling myself, don't worry about the time, the record. The most important thing is not walking and keep running, no matter how slow it is. So that's what I did. And first 2 hours it was really dark because it started at 5 a.m. and until 7, that was the sunrise. It was really dark, but you have the kind of like festive feeling, and it's really early in the starting point, so many people are so excited, and you kind of observe other people. So for the first 2 hours, we were running in the city too. So I felt like, I don't need anything to listen to, because when I run, usually I train by myself, so it's so boring when I run. So I listen to audiobooks. So I got my AirPods ready and book ready, but in order to save my phone's battery and AirPods battery too, I decided I'm not gonna use listening for the first 2 hours. And yeah, it was good looking at, you know, different sites in the Honolulu city, watching people, you know, what kind of people are running. Some people are wearing, you know, costumes, or some people are, you know, as a group, you know, they have the same t-shirt. Some people just keep talking. Like, I was like, wow, that's amazing. They can run and talk at the same time for a long time. So it was good. And then until 10K, I saw like every 1K, 2K, 3K, and until 10K was good. And what happened at 10K was the full marathon people and 10K run people, we ran together, we started together. So at 10K, there was one way that full marathon people keep running, and the 10K runners made a right turn to finish. And so then after 10K, I felt like, oh, like the festivity is kind of gone. And I feel like because of course we have less people, and maybe people are getting more tired after 10K. And then, you know, like somewhere like between 12K, uphill started around Diamond Head. So even with that, I felt like, oh, we're on our own, and not so much help or not so much cheering. So that's the point when I started feeling kind of lonely. And the hill was really, really big. And then it was just, you know, 12K-ish. So I still had so much energy, and, you know, my body was fine. But I was imagining, does this mean when I come back, I have to do the hill again? And oh, that's so devastating. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I just focused on here and now and run. And then what I wanted to tell myself was, okay, so first goal is 21K, because that's halfway point. So after 10K and after the hill, I told myself, okay, just keep running until the halfway point. And then half marathon, 20K, still I felt okay. And then after 21K, what I told myself was, okay, let's not even stop for bathroom until 26K, because that's the longest distance that I run when I was training. But non-stop running longest distance was 23K. 26K when I run during the training, I did 1 hour run and 5-minute walk, 1 hour run and 5-minute walk, and like that. So 26 is the longest distance, but that didn't mean non-stop. So I was telling myself, okay, so you did the half, 21K, so now the next goal is 26 non-stop running. So I was doing it, and it was feeling okay. Just maybe usual pace. You know, my pace is not really fast to begin with. So I was going, but what happened was at around 25K, there was bathroom. And I was kind of feeling I wanted to go to bathroom because I had Camelback, and I was regularly hydrating myself, and it was Honolulu, so it was hotter than Virginia where I trained. So I'm like, maybe I want to go to this bathroom because I didn't study the map well. So if I miss this, I don't know when the next one will be, and I don't want to keep running feeling kind of like uncomfortable. So although I couldn't really make it to the 26K non-stop running, I decided to stop at 25K at the bathroom. But still 25K is my really longest distance non-stop running. So I made a new record, so that was great. So I stopped at the bathroom, and then when I got out of the bathroom, I tried to stretch because I stopped anyway, so why don't I stretch? And then I did stretch, and I started running. But for the first time, I felt some uncomfortableness in my left calf. So I was like, what is wrong? You know, like it felt like my left calf was really tense. So after started a little bit, you know, I stopped again and made sure I stretched. And after that, I kept going. But for a while, I felt some uncomfortableness, and I was a little bit worried, like, am I gonna really be able to finish the race, or am I gonna have to, you know, am I gonna hurt my leg and have to stop? I wasn't sure. But it was really, really subtle, so I was kind of telling myself, no, you're okay. Hey, my left calf, you're okay. You know, it's so funny, like when you run, it's kind of like really your world and your self-talk and you. So like, yeah, left calf, you're okay. Maybe you're feeling uncomfortable, but you're gonna be okay. Yeah, don't worry about time. Don't be tense. Just relax and run at your own pace. It doesn't matter how slow it is, so relax and run. So then my left calf started, you know, feeling normal, so I kept running. So that was 25k. So around there I wasn't really sure if I can finish because of this left calf. Then 30k, hit the 30k, and so 25k is when you kind of start seeing people like coming the other way around, you know, like people who are making the turn, and start seeing 25k or a little bit before 25. So like, you know, you feel like, oh, okay, so the turning point is gonna be soon. But again, I didn't study the map very well, so I didn't know that actually the course went something like this and turn around. So at the 25k, you had so much more until the turning point. So that after 25k, because of my leg, I think my pace kind of slowed down. And of course, you know, 26 was the longest that I ran. So like for my body, it was my first time for me to experience longer than 26k running, right? So 30k, when I hit 30k, I felt like, wow, it's really long. You know, okay, Tomomi, you have only 12k left, but that's when I started feeling like my body was really, really tired. And at that point, 30k, until then, I was taking a sip of my water every odd number Ks, and I was chewing energy chew every other even K. But at 30, I felt like I don't want to even eat this chew because I felt like it's too sweet in my mouth, and I got tired, and no, I don't need it. And I was like, just keep running. And then after 30k, I decided I need to stop at water aid stations, because until then I had my camelback, so I didn't want to stop because, you know, a lot of people go to that area and it kind of mess up your pace. So I was always, you know, not stopping at the aid station but just running. But at 30k, I felt like it's getting hot, and also I feel like my water, it had some powder thing, but was running out. So I felt like, okay, and I needed to touch something cold, so I'm gonna take water from each aid station. So that's what I decided. Then at 33k, I felt like, yeah, I need to go to bathroom again because I was drinking so much. It's so different from Virginia. And again, I feel like I don't know where I'm gonna find bathroom if I miss this one. So at 33K, I stopped for bathroom again and stretched a little bit. But it's so funny that you believe that stretching is good for you, but it feels like when you stop, it makes you feel like it's even harder to start running again. So stopping and stretching is good, but at the same time, once you stop, you need more mental energy to move forward. But I remember 33K, that was like, only 9K left, less than 10K. I remember I closed the bathroom and I felt confident that yes, this is super hard, but as long as I keep my pace, I can finish the marathon without walking. So I pushed myself. Then 35, I knew that 35 is usually the hardest point for a lot of runners. And yeah, I think that was hard for me too, but I made sure that I stopped at aid station to get hydrated and feel cold. So it was okay, but the hardest was 38K to 40. That's the hill that near Diamond Head, the other way around. And I was like, this is so hard. But I just kept telling myself, like mantra, just keep running, don't stop. It's just important to move forward. And I even look at each traffic light, so close to like, okay, just make it to that traffic light. And after you pass, like another traffic light, okay, make it to the traffic light. And I was telling myself constantly, it's okay. The fact that you're running matters. It doesn't matter if it looks like you're walking from other people because you're so slow, but you're running. So that's important. But some fast walking people pass me and I'm like, okay. But my pace was slow, but still I was running. And yeah, so I was able to do that. And then, like I saw the top of the hill, like, okay, make it to the top of the hill. And after you get to the hill, then it will be like a heaven, don't worry. So like then I started going down, and then that's where the last finishing area. And then last 2K, like so hard, but then you can start seeing people and then the finish line, and it was hard, but you feel good. And when I see the sign, finish, and also in Japanese it says something like it's just a few steps away until your dream. So I was like, yeah, it was my dream more than 10 years ago to run Honolulu Marathon. And I remember, so I tried to, really run faster at the very last. And then there was like 2 people on top of the finish line, and then like they were announcing who's arriving, and one person was announcing in Japanese, and she goes, "Kumai Tomomi-san, ganbatte kudasai," Tomomi Kumai, like hang in there, go. And I was like, that's me, it's me, thank you. And I finished, and I felt so good. I mean, I was tired, but it felt so good. And so my husband was waiting at the finish line, and my son, my stepson, everyone was waiting, and he took my picture. I looked so happy. And after that, I went to the area where I can get fruit. They were giving the Hawaiian famous Portuguese donuts called malasadas. So I grabbed one and I ate it, but my legs are so tired. And the best stretch is, for me anyway, is Asian squat. Just sit and stretch. And so I was sitting and eating at the same time. And yes, for the, I don't know, first 15-30 minutes, I was so happy, but at the same time so tired, so like kind of like empty-minded. But we took pictures together, and yeah, we had a great time. So that was my first marathon experience, full marathon experience, and I received this finisher t-shirt. And yeah, I was happy. So I can't believe when I was little, I couldn't really even run 1 minute. I hated running so much. But I trained little by little, and I was able to finish and without stopping. And my official time was 5 hours, 38 minutes, and 36 seconds. I don't know. I will put it here. But anyway, 5 hours and 38 minutes. Not bad. I think pace in kilometers like 8 minutes per kilometer, and some seconds. I think that's not bad. And what was that, miles, like 12 minutes per mile. Yeah, considering the bathroom breaks and stopping at water aid stations after 30K, I think it's good. So I'm really proud of myself, and for those of you who's been cheering for me online, thank you so much. And I'm curious to know about your challenges, either it's like marathon or any kind of sports. I think it feels good to make your own goal and accomplish it. So thank you for coming to my YouTube channel, and see you next time.